Okay. Hi guys. I hope y'all are enjoying your day. I'm here with Andrea Pineda. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea. I am the youth coordinator of New Voices Are Rising.
That sounds great. Andrea's my supervisor and we really love her. So, yeah, she's had plenty of experience working with New Voices for the past few years, from going from youth to, working as a pod leader and becoming a coordinator. And now she's the youth coordinator. So, we really appreciate her for all the work that she's done. So, today we're going to be doing a little interview for her just to kind of gain some insight on her experiences. So the first question I have for you is, what inspired you to become um, involved in environmental justice?
Yeah. Wow, that's a really long story, but actually, to kind of summarize it, um, when I was in first grade, um, I think that's the first time I heard the word climate change or global warming, like the term. And the way that my first grade teacher explained it was like, um, if you've seen The Day After Tomorrow, which is like an old movie from 2005, and pretty much in that movie, like the world freezes like immediately, and like it's like a very dramatic climate change movie. And so in my head, I was like, oh my God, that's literally gonna happen. Because she was like, it's gonna happen if you don't start taking care of the environment, like turning off the lights and when you leave a room. So in my head, I was like, oh my God, like this is a problem now that exists in my head. And so as I got older, I started learning more about the environment, like, reducing what you use, recycling your trash, stuff like that, what we can do on an individual level. Um, and then in high school, I started learning more about environmental issues going on, especially because I'm from Oakland, East Oakland specifically. And yeah, I learned about all these different air quality issues we have going on. And then I started getting into what I didn't know at the time was environmental justice. And from there, I was looking for internships. And then I found New Voices Are Rising. And then I actually learned what environmental justice is. And I learned more about not just my community, but other parts of Oakland, other parts of the Bay that are going through similar environmental injustices. Um, and yeah, that's how I got into it.
Thanks for sharing your experience. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what climate change is until like a little bit later in life. So the fact that it impacted you at such a young age it's really cool to see how it's kind of been a consistent theme throughout your life. So thanks for sharing that. So I have a second question for you. So what's the most memorable conversation you've had with a community member while working on a New Voices project or just in program in general?
I think I can't remember a specific conversation, but my favorite conversations that I've had are with our youth participants, after they complete like a program or a project, I usually like to like debrief and ask them like, how was it? How was it working on this? How do you feel now that you learned these new skills or this new knowledge? And it's always so nice to hear how people feel better about themselves, how people feel more confident in their own ability to advocate for their community. I love asking people like, do you believe now you have the power to make a difference where you live? And I love hearing when they say yes. Um, I think, yeah, I think it feels really good to me to like know that I had a hand in helping these youth grow into the people that they are now. Um, so yeah, not a specific conversation, but I love that talking about that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like definitely. Oh, by the way, I'm the youth coordinator for this program. So, yeah, definitely working with these youth, I'd say the most fulfilling part of the job is knowing that the work that you're doing is actually being able to like inspire people and show people that they really do have the might and the power to be able to stand up to things like the climate crisis and like corporations that are impeding in their communities. So, yeah, it's really nice that we share common feelings about this too. So, I have one last question for you. So, yes, I know you've talked about community a little bit, but the question is, what role do you think community support plays in the success of environmental justice initiatives?
I think community is one of the most important parts when it comes to organizing and advocating for environmental justice because it takes more than one person to make a change. And so whether it's educating each other on the issues going on, um, gathering feedback from each other, brainstorming solutions to issues together, stuff like it's a team effort. So not just one person's ideas, but like collaborating, getting multiple perspectives from people who, people that are from different walks of life, but also that are from the communities we're working in. Yeah, I think community is really important, and like that's where we get all our feedback from because we wouldn't know what else to work on if we didn't have if we weren't working on what the community wanted, if we didn't know what they wanted. Um, yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, that definitely answers the question. So,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like that's the end of all the like more official questions I have for you, but just something I'm also curious about. I mean, you've been involved in New Voices Arising and a lot of like youth justice campaigns. So, is there any wisdom or like advice you have for like youth starting out in the movement and stuff like that?
Find your community. I think it can be really scary to like just get into it on your own. You might be like lost and confused, like what am I even supposed to do? That's where community comes in. Find a group of people, find an org to work with, to get involved with, and yeah, start talking to people, see what they're up to, come up with ideas together. Yeah, don't forget that you're not alone, I think is my advice. Um, there's support everywhere if you look for it.
Yeah. Okay, well, that concludes the end of the interview for today. So, thank you so much, Andrea, for coming by to talk to me today. But yeah, I'm sure that a lot of your words will, make an impact on a lot of people the same way you have with me. So, I love you very much.